one will. The key with me is
there's an old saying
no
that I
one will
heard
outwork me.
that there's two kinds of people born in the
I
hot.
love and I respect you guys. Motherfuckers won't outwork me. All starts with this. 2 hands, putting it to work.
You cannot erase the work ethic part. There is no getting around. Ain't no elevator to the top. You got to take the stairs. The elevator don't go to the top, man. Not in the world of success. You got to take the stairs. Y'all got to start getting gritty, man. I hate it when I see young people wasting their time, wasting all this technology got, just sitting around in this world that's been created for you, that everything is instant. But if you can combine your technology with your parents and your grandparents' work ethic, you could be rich, man.
Just ask yourself this week, do people know you for your work ethic? Are people like, man, you work hard? Are people actually commenting about you showing up early and staying late? Because if they're not, you're just blending in with everybody else's work ethic. At the end of the day, talent will not win the game. It is work ethic that will win the game.
You got to get gritty, man. You got to develop some dog in you. You got to get messed up sometimes. You got to get dirty. You got to get your feelings hurt. You got to get disappointed. You got to get told no. But in order to get the life of convenience, you got to have a very uncomfortable life. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
And you're always going to have haters, and haters are like, well, damn, man, how much are you going to do? Like, you do a lot of shit. I say, yes, it's my ambition. Of course, you got to work every day. It doesn't end. And when shit goes bad and it goes sideways, or you're coming through this injury, or people are writing you off, it should drive you.
If you're going to get it, you're going to have that dog. You got an opportunity. So here's the deal. When you have an opportunity, why would you give 80%?
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Ready to go ahead and attack this Monday. TG, I am fired up. Ready to go ahead and finish off the rest of this month strong, August 29th. So today's topic, we are going to be talking about how to go ahead and improve your work ethic, right? This is big because it doesn't matter what industry, what field that you're in. If we can go ahead and master these 8 tactics that I'm going to go ahead and give you guys today, it is going to absolutely change the game. So first and foremost, what is everybody grateful for coming in to the Monday? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful to be healthy, grateful to be able to experience the abundance of this past weekend. Got a lot of gems. In fact, we went over to Daniel G's conference, and he had some incredible speakers come in. In fact, he had actually an individual who's had one of the top 3 fasted hundreds in the past 3 years. So definitely a lot of value that came in. I'm going to be go ahead and dripping off to you guys from that event, that training, and honestly, some other stuff we got from the weekend. So a lot of value coming in for the day. Super grateful for all of the abundance, for all the lessons, for everything that is coming for us in our life that is not happening to us. So super excited for today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. We're going to be talking about 8 tactics to go ahead and develop our work ethic. So let's get into it. Okay, here we go. So let's see if I can go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see my screen? Should be good. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. All right, so I actually got a visual for you today. Here we go. All right, number 1, let's go ahead and get into it. You can't have $1 million dream with a minimum age work ethic, right? This is big. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch this. Okay, perfect. All right, so number 1, being predictable, right? Becoming predictable. Number 1, you wake up and you show up at the same time every single day, right? When it comes to building your brand, your audience, I want you to think about your audience, and I want you to think about the individuals that you follow right here, right now. Who are some of the top 3 individuals that you guys follow on a continuous basis? And let me ask you this. Why is it that you follow them continuously? And if you really look at the root of it, it's probably because they give some sort of value that you're excited to go and see every single morning that you wake up. So my question to you is, what is the value that you guys are getting and that you're able to give every day, right? Because whatever we get, we're able to actually go and take that and give it away. So these Zooms, these audios, these trainings, these mentorship sessions, these events, how can you go ahead and be a person of value every day to where you are that person where people wake up and they're like, man, I can't wait to get on DN's story. I can't wait to see Horizon J. I can't wait to see Lady Boss Nikki, DeFi Sims, right? Yasilia. I can't wait to see what value they put out for the morning. That's why I've become accustomed to being able to document my journey instead of always thinking about, oh, I have to create it. Because I'm telling you, if you're thinking about creating, you're going to get lost in being perfect. But when you document, if you're really applying your morning routine, you're going to stick out in front of 97% of people. Here's the truth. Not many people, they're taking the time to read every day, right? Not many people, they're taking the time to journal. Not many people are seriously meditating. So let me tell you this. You are going to stick out like a diamond in the rough when you start documenting your routine on a daily basis. And here's the thing. If you're already doing it, phenomenal. I'm really proud of you. And here's what I want you to understand. The power of consistency, right? Because there's going to be people that watch your content, they don't like, they don't comment, but I promise you, they're watching you. And there's going to be that one day where they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're not excited to go to work every day, and they see you consistent, they see you happy, they see you excited, and they're going to reach out and say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. How do I go ahead and get locked in? Because you started to document your journey. How many days in are you guys right now? How many days in are you for your morning routine of consistency? What are we at? We broke the 2-week, we broke the 3-week mark, right? I love it. I'm coming up past 31 days. Absolutely phenomenal. So I see you guys have been putting in the time. Now imagine if you document every single day of this journey all the way up to day 66 and then up to day 90, right? My birthday is coming up. For those of you that don't know, my birthday is 9/3/93. So when I tell you, I started this journey of consistency, right? When Neno put it out there, I said, okay, this is the play. This is what we're going to run. And I said, I'm about to run it to the birthday. We're about to run it all the way through the end of 2022. So this is the time to be very intentional and be able to document all of the progress that we're putting in. Because I'm telling you, people are going to be excited to see the content that you put out every morning. They're going to be waiting to see your book posts, your journal, right? Your morning affirmations, you being able to speak and put yourself on the camera. So that's big. Number 2, this is how it ties in perfectly. You ready? Those who steadily grow their business show up every day without distractions, no excuses about a crisis, because here's the truth. Everybody has it. Everybody has problems. Most people are working a job. Most people have so many things that's happening to us in life. Granted, obviously, some are a little bit more heavier than others, right? Some have student loan debt. Some have children. Some have family issues. Some have relationships. Everybody's going through something. But here's what I know, right? Jim Rohn talks about we have seasons of our life. So everybody can be in a different season, but here's what I also know. If you were to be able to understand the power of locking in tunnel vision, ultimate focus for a 90-day span, I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely incredible what can actually become of that, because we've noticed it with the morning routine. What are the checkpoints of the morning routine? We have 7 days, 21, 66, 90. So it's evident that 90-day mark for anything creates a massive drastic change for anything that we're doing. So here's the deal. Those who steadily grow their business show up every day without distractions. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it has been literally over 2 years since July 28th. July 28th was my 2-year mark. We're now in August, so we just skimmed past that mark. But that was 2 years of me showing up every single day. And I'm going to be honest with you, for 85 to 90% of that time, I did calls 7 days a week. Not 5 days. Now I cut it down to 5 because I realized we all need some time to go ahead and recharge and recuperate. But for 85, 90% of the time, I did it every single day because I looked at everyone in the company, whether they were an educator, whether they were a chairman. I said, who's the best of the best? What is their work ethic like? And I want to duplicate that. Better yet, I want to do it one step better. I want to do one step more than everybody else is doing. Because I realized 90% of success is literally just showing up. Here's the truth. How many of you guys didn't feel like going to the gym last week, but you went anyways? How many of you guys didn't feel like maybe eating some healthy food, but you did, and you felt a lot better once you actually did it? So you know what I've started to realize about entrepreneurship? Most of the time, you don't really feel like doing everything. If I were to be truthful with you, there's no way I felt like getting on this call every day. No way. There was times where I was crying, literally bawling my eyes out before I got on this call. I would literally have to go outside, go step in nature, go sit down for a couple of seconds, wipe my eyes, go get my deep breath work in, and come back on the call. And most of you guys, you probably didn't even know it. But you know what the truth is? You fired me up with your energy, with your growth, with your progression, with your love. So this is when you start to realize that, guess what? When you don't feel like doing things, as you start to develop more awareness, you start to understand and understand you're not just doing this for you. You have people that are watching you. You have people that are following your footsteps, whether you know it or not. So Deanne's been absolutely on fire hitting the gym. She doesn't know it or not, but she's inspiring people she doesn't even know. Lady Boss Nikki's really been diving into her morning routine. She's really inspiring people that she doesn't even know, right? Horizon J's been doing events week after week, and most people don't understand that even if nobody shows, you never know who that one person could show up when you actually keep staying consistent, right? Showing up with no excuses. So that's number 2. Number 3, if you stop, check this out. If you stop every time you have something come up, you lose all momentum and have to start over again. Trust me, I already know. Yes, it is a pain in the butt. I've been there too many times. You know, it's kind of like success. There's 1 or 2 ways that we can go about it. You see, we can rent success or we can own it. I was in Miami just now for the whole weekend. I see Lamborghinis in Brickell, right? Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all these crazy cars. But you know what's funny? Outside of the city, a lot of people, they're renting them. They're all rentals. All these fancy cars, they're rentals. So that's cool. They look hot. They look fancy. They look nice for 3 days. We know what's funny? The 4th day, they go right back to their old living style. They're all excited. They're happy. But then when they go back home, they're back to their depression. They're back to their negativity. They're back to their old thoughts and self-talk. So you know what I had to realize? I was living the same life. I'd be fired up for 4 days, and then I'd go right back to my negativity. And just like you've seen it with the morning routine, 1 day is okay. Nothing wrong with missing a day of the morning routine. But you see, the problem arrives when we miss 2. When you skip 2 days, because here's what's happening. The day that you miss it, it's okay. You know, we might go back to a little retrace. But once you miss 2, now you almost literally went back to broke even. And now you started the decline. So every day after that we keep making excuses, that we keep saying why we can't do it, you realize why it starts to build up like debt. And then catching up, it takes months. Sometimes because we just let that keep going, and it just piles up. So I had to start getting in the mind state that it didn't really matter what was going on in my life, unless it was a funeral, a holiday. I'm going to be honest, I skipped a lot of them in the past. I skipped holidays. I literally missed funerals from my family because I was so obsessed with getting to where I wanted to go. But then obviously along the journey, you learn things, right? Family time is important. Your children's birthdays are important. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But at the same time, when you really start to look at it, what are all the excuses that we've all made on why we can't get on this call, why we can't attend this event, why we can't book a flight and really go, halfway across the country and experience something that we've never actually experienced before. On my last dollar, I'm telling you guys, I've drove across the country just to get to events because I realized I could have made up all the excuses in the world. The economy, I don't have a lot of money right now. I'm struggling. Nobody believes in me. But I also understood what was on the other side of that. Me getting around a different type of influence, a different type of conversation, staying overnight, getting around educators that can really speak life into me, that could take one nugget that I could bring back home and could completely change everything. So that was big. All right, let's go on to number 2. Consistency, right? One word, pretty simple, but there's a lot of depth to it. So number 1, same thing. You show up, but you are consistent. You keep doing the work. Right? So same thing. Being predictable is very similar to being consistent. Being predictable, what happens? People know that you're going to be there in the morning. They know that you're going to be the one to show up. This is where consistency comes in, because watch what happens. After enough consistent effort and doing the right things, things can start to happen in a positive way where an inevitable explosion will eventually occur in your business. And what a perfect, I can show you guys my DMs right now. I have people that have been watching me for 1, 2, 3 years. And now they're finally hitting me up. They're like, yo, D, just like I told you before, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I understand that nothing's changing if nothing changes for me. I'm ready to go ahead and make a change. I'm ready to go ahead and do something different. I'm ready to go ahead and run the play for the rest of 2022 and get ready for 2023 in the right position. So my question to you is, are you willing to be consistent long enough to really see the results come in? Same thing with trading. My first 2 months, I didn't make more than $100 trading. You guys have heard the story. I made $2. I made $20. I made $30. And everybody around me was making fun of me. Why? Because they couldn't see what I saw. They didn't understand when you just changed the lot size. Yeah, that $20 trade, that's 200. That $200 trade, yeah, that's 2,000. That 2,000, yeah, that turns to 20K. So when you really start understanding the power of consistency with these skill sets, with relationships, with branding yourself, I promise you it is worth to putting in the time, because if you just paid attention to the flower process from Neno, what's the most important step of that 5-step process? Being able to plant the seed and then nurture it with consistency, even when you don't see it sprouting above the surface. I promise you the roots are developing. Time just has to catch up. So that's big. And number 3, think about this. This is big. People want to work with those who are consistent, with those who they know will be here for them and with them, right? So anybody that you watch, most of the reason why you respect them is because of their work ethic, is because of their discipline, is because of their consistency, whether it's anybody that you truly spend time to watch and consume their content. I guarantee you, they have these attributes without a doubt. That's why we show up. Because if they weren't predictable, if they weren't consistent, guess what? We would go find another TV show to watch. Somebody else who's giving consistent value, who's showing up on a daily basis. So if we respect that in others, everything is reciprocal. Others respect that in us as well. So that's why I talk about all the time, what are these traits that you truly like in others? What would be the traits that you could go ahead and take and adopt into your life so others could feel the exact same way about you? Reverse engineering. This is literally what I do with everybody that's winning inside of this company, in the industry, or in any niche that they're in. I found the best of the best that were speaking, branding themselves, and trading. And I found what they did. I did what they did, and I tweaked it, and I made it my own. And guess what? People started to watch me because I started to develop my own brand and my own way for people to actually follow me. So same goes for you. Building your brand. This is going to be so important to stay consistent. Building your trading account, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to take staying consistent. Number 3, prepare the night before. This is big. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. This is why I love the Sunday call, the Sunday evaluation, because this is exactly what we're doing. Somebody else will go through the week, they don't document it, they don't evaluate it, and they'll go do the same thing next week, and they see the same results. So I got to a point, just like the gym, I like to track what it is that we do so we can go back and hold each other accountable. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do it right now. How many followers do you guys have right now? Okay. Drop your followers. How many followers do you have right now? 500, 1,000, 1,200. So here's the goal. I'm giving you guys an idea. I'm giving you a way to start really being able to track your progress and hold yourself accountable with goals, right? So if you had 500 followers, what if your goal before the end of the day tomorrow, before the end of the week, was to go ahead and get another 50 followers, was to go ahead and get another 100 followers? How do you do that? Well, now once you know what you want, now you can put a game plan behind it. Because if you look at number 2, the most prepared person eventually wins, right? So if you think about your business, what do you want your business to look like? What do you want your trading account to look like? If you know what you want to look like, now we can take the steps to get there. So if you really want to grow your trading account, awesome. What trading sessions do we need to get on this week? What times? What are these morning go live sessions that we should probably be hopping on to go ahead and make it happen? I'm not going to say we should, because you can make the decision, but I encourage you to go ahead and take the time to get on and learn, right? So for me, I know that 8:45 to 9:45, boom, I'm trading. Before that, I'm getting my morning routine knocked out. After that, I'm getting on Neno. After that, I'm knocking out my call. After that, I'm getting on calls with my leaders. I'm networking. I'm branding. Okay. I know what's going on before the sun even comes up for the next day. This is big. Number 3, if I have a talk or training coming up, I prepare in advance and add some stuff as time goes by. So here's the deal. I've learned that the person at the front of the room, most of the time, they end up making the most income. They end up making the most impact. They end up making the most lasting memories for others. Okay. So same thing goes for you. My goal for all of you is to start to get you to step outside of your comfort zone and start understanding the power of your voice. You have a story, you have a background, you have experience, you have knowledge, you have a wisdom that so many are waiting to hear if you're willing to take the time to believe in yourself. So how do you do this? You all can do this today. You can pick a topic that you've gotten this week from a book, from an audio, from a mentorship session, and you can go ahead and put that topic on paper, write the date, write the time tomorrow that you're going to go ahead and film it and knock it out. And now you go ahead and you just do it. But the difference is you put it on paper, and that's where the magic is, right? A lot of us, including myself, we tend to not get things done because it wasn't written down. So the easiest way you guys can start out, even starting a talk, start learning how to speak, is by literally just doing just that. You can even pick a topic, getting off of this call, to pick a topic and go speak on your story. I wasn't good at speaking before. I used to start. You think I just came into entrepreneurship being good at making videos and speaking? Not at all. It took time. It took practice. It took consistency to go and be able to develop the skills. Okay. Number 4, when you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. Okay. So I've done this so many times, even going to an event. This is something that's so simple. I've gone to events not having questions in my mind of what I wanted to ask educators, right? If I knew I had something that I've been waiting to learn on the charts when I went to that event, I didn't have it written down. I forgot about it. And guess what? I prepared myself to fail, because that could have been one nugget that could have saved myself so much time. So guess what I did? As I started to go to new events, I always have my questions ready. They're always prepared. So I know what educators I want to talk to, what chairman I want to speak to, because I'm always looking for those nuggets that we can take away. And the same goes with you. So whether you guys are getting on a trading session, whether you guys are getting on a Zoom, or you're talking to your mentor, questions will take you anywhere that you want to go. The second I eliminated I don't know out of my vocabulary, everything started to change, because I started to become very intentional with my questions, where I wanted and who I wanted to actually get in contact with. So this is big. Last but not least, success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Brandon Boyd was talking about this earlier, and they also brought this up at the event over the weekend. They said there's nothing worse than being able to have an opportunity and not being prepared for it. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in that same scenario. I wasn't developed enough. I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough experience in whatever I wanted to do, that I didn't end up making it happen, right? I'll never forget it. There was an event that I went to, right? And they had the speakers come up because people are getting edified for hitting different ranks. And I wasn't ready. I didn't put in the time. I didn't have the confidence yet. So when I went up to speak, I froze. I had no idea what to say. I've been there. So there's nothing worse than having an opportunity and not being prepared. So that's the goal. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet, where we're putting in the work behind the scenes. So when that opportunity does show up, we're ready to go. This literally just happened with ECX. We've been putting in the time. We've been studying. We've been mastering our craft. ECX, boom, just landed right here on our plate. So we already know what it's like to be consistent. We already know what it's like to ask questions. We already know what it's like to be a student. Now it's just about running the play, utilizing the access that we have that we have right here, right now. And I'm telling you, September is going to be a movie. Stores have already been popping off. Kachings have already started. So I already know this is where it begins. Number 4, do more. Do more, right? So 4 out of 8. Show up early, work through lunch, even leave a little late, simply do more. Michael Jordan, Kobe, they talked about it all the time. The first one in the gym, the last one to leave. So this is big. I'm the same way. I love to really be able to watch who is showing up and who is not showing up. And then a month goes by and we see the results, and the people that weren't showing up, they're like, oh man, I wonder why things are happening for me. This is the biggest reason why. Okay. Number 2, do the things others are not willing to do when they are partying, when they're grinding. It is only for a season. So I'll tell you right now, when I was in Miami just now, I had so many opportunities to go out and, I was in South Beach. I went there for a 30-minute meditation, right, on Saturday night. 30-minute meditation. I can't tell you how many distractions I walked past that I literally could have succumbed to going out, getting a drink, going to a bar, going hanging out, and wasting my night for the next 4 hours, coming back hungover on Sunday. But I said, you know what? This is a season. This is a season in my life where I'm completely locked in. I don't have time for distractions for the moment, right? There's a time and there's a place for everything. But for right now, for this season of my life, I'm so locked in. Doesn't matter if I'm in a penthouse. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm not going to succumb to distractions unless I have something to celebrate. And there's nothing to celebrate right now, right? Now it's time to really put the pedal to the gas. So this is big. What are we going to sacrifice coming in to this season? I've seen a lot of you already do it, right? Working 16-hour days, really putting the time into yourself, right? Deanne and John, I love to see it. It's amazing. And I can see the growth. It's inevitable. Number 3. If a person does 2 contacts a day, you do 5. If a person shows up at 7, you show up at 6. This was my mentality no matter anything that I was doing. When it came to events, when it came with trading, after a certain amount of period of time, I said, you know what? I'm sick of seeing other people rank up. I'm sick of seeing so many other withdrawals. I'm ready to go ahead and experience it for myself. So I had to look at, okay, someone just popped P6, great. What's your schedule like? What are you posting like? How many events are you doing? I'm going to duplicate that. Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and do one more. So one of the biggest things I could tell you guys, if you see anybody that's winning on the trading side on social media, they're creating a lot of contacts, their energy is just awesome, I would go ahead and I would take the time, ask them a couple questions. What are they doing well? What are they implementing right now? What's going on in their schedule? They're seeing so much success. And I'm telling you right now, it could be that one nugget that you go ahead and take and implement into you. Last but not least, for do more, less talk, more do. Always do more than you get paid to do. For years on years, I've seen people say, oh, D, I'm ready to hit chairman. I'm ready to create a six-figure trading account. But it's funny because when I go back and I look at their journal, there's no notes. When I go back and look at their call log, they haven't talked to their mentor in a week and a half. When I go back and look at their academy, they haven't even finished the academy series. So I had to really start asking myself, how many people are ready to walk it like they talk it? And this was me, right? I've been the type of person who show up, and I know I didn't get on the information, and it showed, right? When I get in conversation, people ask me questions, there's not a feeling that's like that, to be able to act like you know something, but you really don't. So I strongly encourage you guys to really ask yourself, what skills do I want to master? And am I really putting in the time and effort to seriously learn them? Whether that be trading, branding yourself, building the business. I don't know what that is for you, but when you identify that and really take the time to get serious with it, it's going to go from a hobby to start paying you like a serious 6- and 7-figure passion or skill set. Number 5, 3 more for you. The mentality. Subscribe to this mentality called tomorrow. No, called today, right? In essence, to make it real simple, whatever we can do today, there's no need to wait until tomorrow. My father taught me this, right? You can have the biggest deal of your life going down today, but if you wait on it, if you sleep on it, you say, I can go ahead and handle that tomorrow. You can wake up and that can literally be lost from the palm of your hand, never to be seen again. So I always realize whatever I can do today, whatever we can do today, let's go ahead and knock it out right now. Because there's never a better time than when? The present moment. Two best times to plant the tree, 20 years ago and right now. So anything that we can do today, it's always better to knock it out today than to wait. Go for it now. The future is promised to no one. I don't have to have a perfect video, a perfect invite, a perfect Facebook Live. I get started. I simply do it, right? You don't have to be great to start, but we do have to start to be great. So let me ask you right here. What is the series that you're going to start? What is the consistency schedule that you guys are ready to go ahead and say, I'm ready to go ahead and lock in till this day, no matter what happens, no matter what storm, no matter what wind comes in my way. This is the decision that I made 2 years ago on July 28th. I said, I don't care the storm. I don't care what goes on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I still don't have the right setup. I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right lighting, but I got tired of saying, let me just wait for it to be perfect to go out and do it. So the same thing goes with all of you. I encourage you to take the time to believe in yourself, to say perfection, it doesn't exist, right? We're all imperfectly perfect. So the second that you realize that, you stop worrying about what other people think, and you realize that those are going to love you for you. People remember how you make them feel, not what it is that you say. So you don't have to wait to be perfect to go out and start your podcast, your episodes, your daily consistent lives. So yes, no need to wait. The world is waiting to hear your voice. 7 and 8, you ready? Cut out distractions. Everyone has some distractions. Eliminate the rest. Focus on the goal and work all the time. You work. So I don't know what your distraction is. Like I said, this call is going to be different for everybody, but my goal is to be able to make you think for yourself. For some, it could be scrolling on social media. For some, it could be hanging around the wrong crowd. So take the time to figure out yours. 2, starve your distractions and feed your focus. I got around Daniel G this weekend. Okay, I got around a lot of 7- and 8-figure earners. I am Boss Lee, and I'm going to be real with you. It's pretty crazy when you actually see how serious it really gets. Let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. Let me show you so you guys can understand this, because this is real stuff. If you go on social media, there's a lot of great individuals that you guys can go see. I'm going to give you a couple to follow, a couple for you guys to look at real quick. See if this loads. Okay, I am Boss Lee. If you want to see somebody that's consistent, if you want to see what real work ethic looks like, to be predictable, to be consistent, to have all these truly aligned, this is the lady right here. Okay, This is somebody that was truly introverted, that was scared to speak in front of other people, never built a business before, but now she's literally making over, let's just say 500,000 cheeseburgers a month, and she has 14 streams of income. So you start to realize the power of real work ethic when you get around individuals that actually seriously have it. So you've got I Am Boss Lee, you've got Daniel G. Okay, if you want to see, let me know how many days they miss content. Let me know. And wonder why their following is so big, why their brand is so big, why they have so much impact worldwide. It is all because of their disgusting work ethic. They don't miss. I'm telling you. So I had to start figuring out, okay, who has a disgusting work ethic? Let me just follow them. Let me see their daily rituals. Let me see their lifestyle, and let me do what they do. And I know eventually we can get what they get. So that's a big one. Let's keep it moving. Have absolute laser focus. Don't make excuses for distractions. All that means is your goals and priorities are not truly something that is important to you, or you would make time for them, right? I literally took a 2-hour drive, Lady Boss Nikki and I this weekend to go out to Daniel G's event. Boom. The weekend before that, we both took the 2.5-hour drive to go out to West Palm Beach, along with Shane and Talina, right? To go out to build their business. They could have been doing so many other things, but they took the time to focus on themselves. And it's not a coincidence why they're seeing quantum leaps, why they're seeing so much abundance inside of their life. And along with everybody else, I can see you cutting out the distractions, and I can see the abundance forming and flowing to you and through you in your life. And last but not least, boom, the to-do list. The to-do list. What needs to get done next and right now, not later, okay? When we start to put our priorities up on a list, what if we were to go ahead and number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What if you numbered them down the line and you said, these are a mandatory, these are a must that I have to get knocked out for the day? This is where the growth begins. Because think about it. If you have things that are written down, that are documented, that are tracked, and you're getting them done, you're going to be progressing throughout the week. So this is the last but not least, exactly what I'm talking about. Have things written down and not in your head. This gives you a far greater chance of completing it. Put reminders on your phone, alarms, calendars. Have them right in front of you. Don't leave until they're complete. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Siri became my best friend because I used to forget so many things. I didn't always have my notebook on me to go ahead and be able to put down the meetings, the calls that I had to do. So you know what I do now? Right here. Hey, Siri, set a reminder. I have a call tomorrow at noon. Boom. Have a call tomorrow at noon. So you're never going to miss a call. You're never going to miss a time to post. You're never going to miss a meeting. Now, once you start activating Siri, you start utilizing a Google Calendar. And so how many of you guys have actually already started diving in with your Google Calendar? And let me ask you, how much better do you guys feel since you've actually been locking in with that? Since you can actually see everything. You can see your schedule ahead of time. You can actually know exactly what it is you're doing before the day even happens. Tell you, it's a game changer because now you're not guessing, you're diving straight into all the activities that's already been clocked and written out before the day even starts. So family, that is my training for you guys. If you got any value from today, go ahead and smash that like button, drop some 7s down below. And here's what I know. If nobody told you today, you are powerful, you are a leader, you are having so much abundance pour through and through you into your life that I'm telling you right now, time just has to catch up for you to be able to see all that is coming for you. So I love you, family. It is your favorite entrepreneur. Define dreams. Go out and have an abundant day. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything you can hold in your mind. The only thing that's left is for time to catch up so you can hold it right here in your hands. Have a great day, family. It is Monday. TGIM. Let's go out and make it happen. It's game time.